So when blow molding balloons, we have a few different options in order to create a lot of balloons. We have the 3310, which is probably the crowd favorite just because you have so much process control. More specifically, you can go into the sequence and let's see here. One of the big things that we're able to do on the 3310 that we can't do on a BW Tech balloon former is we can pull at a certain amount of tension instead of telling one of the chucks or both of the chucks to go to a certain position. So sometimes, dependent on the balloon you're trying to create, the tubing that you are using in order to produce that balloon, it's more beneficial to pull at the same amount of tension in between each cycle than it is to go to the same position each time. This makes up for any inconsistencies in the extrusion, or it can also make up for, say, if you need to pull at like a variable rate. So with the positions, you can only go, so hey, I'm gonna tell it to go to 50 and 50 at, at 20 millimeters per second and 20 millimeters per second. Well, sometimes the amount of tension that's seen in that tubing when doing so will exceed what it's capable of enduring, and so you'll see failure. You'll see just a complete shear of the tubing, thus not creating a balloon. Whereas if you're pulling at a certain amount of tension for a certain amount of time, you're able to get a little bit more stretch out of the tubing, which also gives you a lot more process control. You're able to thin out the balloon. That gives you different growth characteristics. It gives you better profile for the device overall. So that's one of the benefits of using the 3310 over the BW Tech. Now the BW Tech platform, they offer the 4-up. So that's the big advantage there, is if you have a balloon where it's not too complicated, you don't need a lot of process control to make the balloon, and you can make 4 at once. In order to really expedite customers' prototyping process is to determine what specifications are really critical right off the bat while leaving some other things slightly open-ended. If we can focus on just a few critical specs, we will be able to deliver articles that much faster. And then that way the customer can receive the articles, conduct some more testing, determine a few other areas that might require some more aggressive tolerances. But then also if you're able to determine, oh, well, we can widen this tolerances, then we're just gonna have that much better of a yield and that much easier developing the balloon, thus basically shipping the product that much faster.